Round 2 of the NOS Energy New Zealand Drift Series in association with NAC Insurance from Pukekohe Park Raceway. Round 1 was won by Gaz Wider, and it's all heating up to see who's going to be taking home the points in round 2. Let's go drifting! It's the NOS Energy New Zealand Drift Series.
This is round 2 of the New Zealand Drift Series in association with NAC Insurance. We're at Pukekohe Park Raceway, pretty much the home of drift here in New Zealand. But one of the most important factors today is the weather. Dan?
Oh, definitely, mate. All weekend so far, it's been atrocious, torrential rain. And we got out the track this morning, and look what's happened. The weather gods are in our favour. The weather is looking really good. The problem, though, on the track, there's still a bit of dampness about. There's a bit of moisture, and it's going to cause some trouble for some of the drivers. Guys to look out for: Gaz Wider coming off his win from the last round. We've also got all the heavyweights. Fanga Dan here in his S15.
And with the weather conditions the way they were, Fanga only knew one way: hard out.
And another car to watch out for, your mate Mad Mike with his new RX-8, gone down the triple rotor turbo setup on that too, and I'm definitely looking keen to seeing the RX-8 debut out here in the home of drifting, Pukekohe.
Pukekohe Park Raceway in Auckland, one of the fastest drift tracks in the whole world, the home of drift in New Zealand. This is where it all began. Generally in the drive, we're going to be asking of an entry speed minimum of 180. What we're after is a high speed entry here on the sweeper, 180 to 200 generally, 4th, 5th, 6th gear, a nice clean arc through the sweeper, and our first clipping point, which is our rear switch point. Nice and close in the front there on clipping point 2 and 3. A nice arc right to the outside of the track coming into 4. Grabbing 4th gear into a nice far straight line exit.
First initial big puddle though, it seems to push you quite wide.
This is what's causing the problems right here. Dry and then wet. Fastest point of the whole track, entering the sweeper. Nearly 180 k's today.
Really careful with your switches, it's really greasy out there. She's been up and down all day, it's good to see everyone struggling though, so it makes you feel a little bit better.
There's bound to be carnage.
The graphics scheme not so good right now. This is exactly what we're talking about, both the front and the rear of the car. Bit of drift damage.
Yeah, it was probably doing, 100 and something when I hit the wall, so it hit pretty hard.
That low-lying water on the track causing tons of havoc. Kyle Jackways a simple mistake on the sweeper, goes in backwards. Surprisingly, not that much damage.
Yeah, it's just typical Pukekohe, just really patchy with puddles here and dry spots there and heaps of mud on the edges of the line, which make it super tricky.
Come round, entries mint, and then all of a sudden hit the water, you don't know what's going on. Just got to let it hover and hopefully she'll be right.
Basically just got to drive the conditions today. You got to sort of back off, probably drive about 8 tenths. And my biggest thing today was just trying to avoid that big swamp pit out in the mud there.
Yeah, everyone was struggling, just with that big puddle just as you enter, or just after you enter. Just set yourself up good before that puddle, and just glide through it and just try and just power out of it as smooth as you can.
I think you just got to attack it. You can't be timid with it. You just got to hit it as fast as you can and hope for the best.
Unbelievably, the clouds are clearing, the track's drying up, the speeds are going up, the stands are filling up. It's going to be an awesome day ahead.
Danum Templeman in the NAC Insurance RX-7 popping the radiator hose off and spinning out and out of contention for that top 16.
Top qualifier, Fanga Dan, the Battle of the Green Machines, Brendan Dunker and Cole Armstrong, and Gaz Wider just lurking.
Mad Mike here in his RX-8 and Reutemann taking on Stephen Soul.
First battle of the top 16, Cody Collis all the way from the South Island versus Fanga Dan Wilhouse, one of the local boys. Cody fighting those conditions, slamming straight into Fanga.
I got a bit knocked out, eh?
Did you?
Yeah, I just heard the bang, and then next minute I was rolling through the bloody S's.
Just too much mud over the front windscreen when he clipped the apex there and couldn't see nothing. By the time I hit the brake, it was all a bit late.
Still the same principle, mate, go out and win.
Yeah, for
sure. Definitely.
Fanga's turn to chase now, and a big mistake from Fanga. He loses that advantage. We're going to a rerun. It's all about speed, angle, and the chase. Fanga leading out.
Cody Collis way offline through the sweeper. Daniel keeping it nice and tight knit through turn 2 and 3, coming through to the final corner. Nice fast exit. Cody Collis nowhere to be seen.
Cody Collis putting in a really bad chase there. Dan taking the advantage, 70-30.
Cody taking the lead on the second pass. Fanga Dan hard on his tail coming through the sweeper. As they take a switch, Daniel doesn't want to give it away yet. Pushing really hard, and Cody takes a spin just off the last corner.
Fanga, top qualifier, showing us how it's done.
Battle of the Green Machines, Cole Armstrong in the V-Energy R34 Skyline versus Brendan Dunker in his little A86 Corolla.
Brendan Dunker showing off his small package today, taking on the beast, Cole Armstrong in the V-Energy Drink R34 Skyline. Let's see what's going on. Battle of the Green Machine.
Brendan throwing it into the sweeper. Cole Armstrong takes a 360-degree spin on the sweeper. Brendan just has to finish a clean run, but takes a spin on the second corner. That will be a 50-50 even.
Obviously, size doesn't matter. Both drivers taking a spin, bring on the second pass.
Cole Armstrong taking the lead. Both cars avoiding the wet patch. Nice and wide through the sweeper. Still a bit of distance between Cole and Brendan. Coming through turn 2 and 3. Nice angle from Armstrong. A few yanks on the handbrake just to keep him on line.
Nice big angle from Cole, and of course the gap there giving him the slight advantage, 110-90. Armstrong through to the top 8. Next battle, the top 16 sees our championship leader Gaz Wider in the Toyo Tyres S14.5 taking on relative newcomer Drew Donovan.
Gaz taking the lead, coming into the sweeper. See the corrections he's going to have to make to keep him on line. A ton of water on the track.
A big gap for Gaz already. Drew taking a different line through the S's.
Coming through to the last corner, Gaz Wider cruising it.
A big gap developing for Gaz. It's going to play a big part in the advantage. There it is, 90-10. Gaz pumping the NOS energy through to the top 8.